Hi, my name is Volkan and I would like to give you a short information about my master thesis topic, Reconstructing and Animating Extinct Species using CGI in a scientifically accurate way. Today, we can animate scientifically accurate and hyper-realistic animals using CGI. Besides the advanced technologies, we have live references that makes it easy for us to research and understand these creatures. But what about the species gone extinct? For sure, to create convincing pictures for a T-Rex can't be easy as a lion. Since the first discovery, the illustrations of dinosaurs experienced a remarkable improvement, but still we have a long way to go to meet total scientific accuracy. Today, we have more provable images thanks to ongoing cooperation between scientists and artists for centuries. Looking from an artist's perspective, my thesis will investigate this teamwork and implement this practice as a case study. Now let's talk about the theoretical part of this thesis. Dinosaurs appeared around 200 million years ago, just before the beginning of Jurassic, and disappeared 65 million years ago with the end of the Cretaceous period. We could only recognize them scientifically in the early 19th century. These findings were unlikely any living thing, however, seem close, but way bigger than modern reptiles. That's why they called terrible reptile. In those years, it took decades to excavate and complete a whole skeleton. However, still there was a critical part missing, misplaced or mixed with another animal. That's why indeed the first illustrations of these creatures were so controversial. With a very limited clue from bones and footprints, scientists and artists were trying to reconstruct them using mostly their imaginations. At the end of the 19th century, among scholars, discovering a dinosaur and giving it a name became a matter of prestige. With the interests and investments of academies and museums, it became easier to execute these excavations, and hundreds of new species have been unearthed. Besides the plastic arts, also in literature, they became popular with Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of Earth and followed by Arthur Conan's Lost World. They began to appear in films. These scientific and artistic contributions started to place the pieces of the puzzle for their characteristics and even their evolutionary tree during the 20th century. With the expansion of computers and genetic engineering in the 80s, researchers started to discuss retrieving ancient DNA, and the idea even became a novel. As a visionary, Michael Crichton managed to influence the scientists somehow, and this dream of resurrecting extinct species became a hot debate during the 90s. And once again, dinosaurs became popular in culture, art and science. Along with the groundbreaking film Jurassic Park in '93, dinosaur illustrations upgraded to a whole new level. Despite some scientific inaccuracies, Jurassic Park's dinosaurs were so realistic and convincing that many scholars, museums and documentary producers took them as an inspiration. Now everyone involved in this community was eagerly following new excavations and research to generate more realistic and accurate reconstructions. Such as a scientist deals with extracting the ancient DNA in laboratories, artists, animators and other experts were trying to do a precise job in studios to bring these creatures back to life. Today, we know that DNA degrades over time, and that makes it nearly impossible to recover a DNA if we talk about millions of years of fossilized preservation, even in amber. But we have some better news who are trying to resurrect them virtually at least. New discoveries reveal solid information about their skin, feather and color that takes us one step closer to reality. Practical part. Developing a hyper-realistic 3D dinosaur reconstruction in the light of scientific resources. In this practical part, I will start with choosing a dinosaur and reviewing all the available recent scientific and artistic material, including observing living modern resemblance of this extinct animal and create a mood board from these references. For a better start for reconstruction, I am planning to request a 3D scanned skeleton data from a museum or similar. Based on the most current information, I will try to complete over the bone and propose the general shape, posture, and color by hand sketches and illustrations. I will finalize the reconstruction part, sculpting a traditional clay model to use as a reference for the next step. I am planning to use ZBrush, Maya, and Substance Painter combination for 3D model, and I will give the feeling of muscle, fat, and skin by creating my own custom rig. Practical part will be concluded with animations that we will see how this animal move, run, eat, swim or fly. In this part, once again, I will take the latest studies done by scientists and motion specialists as a reference. For this practical part, it is more likely there will be some missing information about their overall reconstruction and movement. To fill this gap, I will use my imagination and creativity, which is actually an important part of this practice in generations. So, thanks for watching the first introduction of my master thesis topic.